Bada bing, bada boom. You already know what time it is. Welcome back to episode 2. Nah, I'm just playing. Welcome back to episode 2 of the Sunday Soliloquy. It is your boy Ayo Rue here at PhD Studios. And
name is John C.
Thought y'all were gonna get my location and y'all were wrong. So just a couple things. I'm not even recording my audio. Wow, let's try that again. Welcome back, man. For those of y'all who don't know, who may just be joining the channel first time, who maybe not understand what's going on here, the Sunday Soliloquy is a series where we focus on different aspects of pop culture and entertainment. Not within a gossip way. I'm not here to tell rumors or run with lies, but here to give appreciation, here to uplift. And on last episode, we focused on the one, the only Woo Bag Baby Pop Smoke out of Canarsie, the Flossie. And this week's episode took a little bit longer to come together. And the reason being, and that even my first video took so long, I was originally supposed to get out to you guys on what day? Sunday. Why? Because it's the Sunday Soliloquy. However, I kind of underestimated YouTube, the process of editing, the process of filming, getting everything together, and I am a quality guy, right? Think about it like this, right? Think about you go to a restaurant, right? It's payday, your pocket's looking fat, you're waiting for that meal, you order it. Maybe you got a nice, lovely lady, or if you're a lovely lady, maybe you got a man you be catching your eye on. Either way, you got a fine little day with you. You're doing your thing, payday, you're here, you're good. You go to a fine restaurant, right? You wait. It's all the hype, all the rave. They bring out your food and it looks like they microwaved it. In that situation, what would you do? You would be upset. You waited all this time. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of encouragement. You know, everybody's like, yeah, this is a spot. This is a place. Food's great. Service is amazing. And everything just completely and utterly blows. But at the end of the day, they still try to make you pay $90 for a $5 quality meal. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like trying to go to McDonald's and order a steak. It is out of there. Specifically at the same time, with the subject of today's Sunday Soliloquy episode, we find ourselves in a difficult place because of his music. And it's not because his music was bad by any means. No. It's the complete opposite. His music was fantastic. It was amazing. To me, it was something that was a refreshment in a specific genre that had got a little stale. This is episode number 2. Legends never die. The best place to start with this really goes back to a very sad and tragic day. And that day is going to be December 8th, 2019. Let me paint a picture for you. While on a plane returning from LA, Juice WRLD's private jet lands at Chicago's Midway International Airport. Around the time of arrival, Juice WRLD began to convulse and suffer a medical emergency in the airport. Now he was transported to Advocate Christ Medical Center in Oak Lawn, Illinois. On the way, he would be conscious, he would be responsive, people would be talking, but unfortunately around 3 a.m. we would lose, at the young age of 21, which his birthday was right before, Juice WRLD would pass away. Now, mind you, this happened at 3:15 in the morning. A lot of people were asleep. Personally, I remember I was staying with my brother and one of my good friends, and as I was lying in bed, there was on Twitter, because you know a lot of us wake up, pop open that social media, God bless, and there was a notification. Really, I got the notification from a couple different apps, but the first one that popped up at that time on my phone was Twitter. Breaking news, Juice WRLD dead at 21. And I'm sitting here like, nah, there has to be somebody else by the name of Juice WRLD. My goodness, it cannot be Gerard Higgins, the man, the myth, the legend. Like, it can't, there's no way. Yo, this is such a great artist. This is such a great individual, man. His music was very versatile, you know, a lot of thoughts started going through my head. I was like, bro, this is crazy. Again, details are kind of slim. We just know he passed away due to a medical emergency at the time. Not too long after, Cook County Medical Examiner's Office would list and state that the official cause of death would be an accidental overdose. So again, that's just a little bit of backstory to help you understand and to help set the picture for what would come to be. In Deerfield Beach, Florida, in June 19, 2018, XXXTentacion would be murdered. X and Juice were very close friends. So Juice releases a song called Legends. And a lot of people listen to Legends, and it came, I believe, in a 3-pack and an EP. And a lot of people kind of gave the song a side eye, not for any bad reasons, like the quality was bad, the song was bad. No, they loved it. but a particular line in the song said, "What's the 27 club? We're not making it past 21." And so while a lot of people may have given that a side eye, they looked at it, they felt it, and they were hurting because, mind you, Juice was also paying homage to Lil Peep, who was another artist that died at a young age. I believe it was 20 or 21. Unfortunately, these lyrics would be meticulously looked at by fans, by a lot of celebrities and entertainers, because, again, Juice WRLD would unfortunately lose his life at the young age of 21. Now, right after this, in about January 2020, 20 plus songs of his were leaked on a SoundCloud account. People were streaming them, they were running the numbers up, and they were taken down, and the account was suspended. Now, mind you, of course, again, while people were excited, they wanted to hear music. Juice previously had talked about releasing an album called The Outsiders, and the lead single off of that was gonna be Bandit with NBA Youngboy. People wanted to hear music, people were ecstatic. Juice passes away. He had previously talked about finishing up or either starting or somewhere in the mix of getting stuff together for The Outsiders. So again, now you have to start talking about the leaks, and the leaks were significant, they were big. The page was taken down, the account was deleted. And his estate, taking note of this, released a statement. And within that statement, they had said, "From the bottom of our hearts, we want to thank each and every one of you for your undivided adoration and love for Juice. You guys meant the entire world to him, and by listening to his music, watching his videos, and sharing your stories about him, you are keeping his memory alive forever. We plan to honor Juice's talents, his spirit, and the love he felt for his fans by sharing unreleased music and other projects that he was passionately in the process of developing. There will be a public tribute in Chicago. Details will be shared soon. Love, Juice's family and team at Grade A." Now, this was back in January, but this was shared on the 22nd, shortly after that SoundCloud was taken down. So you have to understand, at a time like this, his estate is not really worried about music. Yes, they appreciate the fans, they love the fans because they understood Juice was very adamant about how much he loved his fans and how much he cared for his fans. But you're still dealing with the sensitive time of the young man just passed away about a month ago, and somebody is already out here leaking his music. Now, I get the appreciation for wanting to hear new music, but at the same time, it is a matter of being respectful, right? This is not just any artist. This is not a Cardi leak, because I mean, you know, we get tens of thousands of Cardi leaks. Them joints are, I was gonna say amazing, but you know, that Pain 1993 verse is still, however, it's all about timing. That was not the right time, and his estate understood, and they knew that Juice WRLD fans were ready for an album and that Juice was working on an album. Flash forward to a little bit, and it was announced back in April, in honor of Juice WRLD, April 23rd, 2020 to be exact, that his mom, Carmela Wallace, and the team at Grade A, in honor of his memory, would be establishing the Live Free 999 Fund, and that this fund would help those in underserving communities. It would help them deal with things such as anxiety, depression, drug addiction, and other prevalent mental health issues in communities that didn't have the necessary resources to help combat with these issues. You know, Juice himself heavily struggled with these problems, and he was very adamant about it in his music. And his mom decided that in honor of him and alongside his team and Interscope and Grade A Productions, again, Juice's labels will both help to fund this, to help, again, give, an opportunity for those who are struggling with these in underserving communities. Juice WRLD was from Chicago, so he understood what it was like to be in an area in which you wouldn't have the available resources in dealing with these. Okay, flash forward a little bit more. May 3rd, 2020, Juice WRLD's girlfriend, Ali Lottie, will go on Instagram Live to talk about the project and reference it as The Outsiders.
I need exactly what Jared wanted to come out right now. Remember, we were talking about The Outsiders, all this stuff. That actual album.
So now a lot of people are thinking, hey, this is The Outsiders, this is coming, we're ready, we're here, yo, what's going on? Like, okay, July 6, 2020, Juice WRLD estate on his Instagram would release an album announcement saying, "This Friday we will be honoring the life and art of Juice WRLD by releasing his album Legends Never Die. We feel that this collection of 15 songs best represent the music Juice was in the process of creating. This album shines a light on the collaborators that meant so much to Juice and deeply impacted his musical process. Juice dedicated his music to his fans, and now more than ever, we hope this album brings some reprieve to everybody during these unsettling times. Please join us in celebrating Juice's life by enjoying the album. Juice's legacy will live forever. Legends Never Die." We then see a picture of the album cover for Legends Never Die. So I wanted to break down that timeline to kind of catch you up to the process of what was going on with his album and how it was put out. Again, this album was meant to serve as, to me, a memoriam, a collection of songs that best represented what Juice was in the process of creating, and at the same time, a goodbye to Juice's legacy, a goodbye to the impact he had had on his fans in the world and the music industry. And I think the best part about this is that, you know, looking at the album and looking at everything that it did, it really had a different tone than you would expect. The album itself is amazing. Let's just start off with that. I loved it. Again, I know I'm a connoisseur of music. I don't really say this is trash, this is horrible, this is bad. If I don't like something, I'm not gonna trash it. Juice's album was honest. It offers a look into a lot of the problems that Juice was dealing with, and at the same time, it pays homage to who Juice was as a person. Now, if you didn't know, Juice was very adamant about his drug use. He said it in his songs, he talked about it in interviews, but the most interesting perspective is that he didn't glorify it. In an interview with Adam22 from No Jumper,
we don't talk about it from a good point of view or a bad point of view. We talk about it from a realistic point of view. So it's like what we're going through, how we feel, if we're with, you know what I'm saying, if we ain't doing it at the moment, if it's, you know what I'm saying, if I'm hurting, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a realistic point of view when it comes to, like, the shit that motherfuckers experiment with.
Juice even said himself, I'm looking at, you know, I'm talking about drug use in a realistic perspective and what it does to me. What it does to me, it's not gonna do to anybody else, but at the same time, it's not a pretty thing. What I'm doing isn't anything that I should be glorifying. It's not right. It's just my personal experience with it because I have a problem. This and music are the way for me to try to help myself with solving that problem. You look at a lot of his interviews, even in one with one of his best friends and collaborators, Cole Bennett, the head of Lyrical Lemonade, he says if he had the opportunity to go back a year ago, the very first thing he said he would do is tell himself to stay away from drugs.
I would tell myself to stay as far away from drugs as possible.
The conversation Juice would have about drugs would always be a realistic one, and I feel like I understand that. The man is talking about his perspective, what he was dealing with, and what he was going through. Talking about the track list itself, just to get a little bit more in depth with you. In his first song, Anxiety, Juice has a conversation with fans at one of his recent concerts before he passed, and he states that if you guys have any dreams, if you guys have passions, if you guys have something you genuinely want to pursue, then with all of your heart, do it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just do it. You see what I did there? Anyways, Juice was very adamant about telling those to pursue their dreams and to pursue their passions. And I think that's the best thing about who Juice was, aside from the music as a person, is he was very transparent. He told the truth, he didn't lie about it, and he wasn't afraid to sit there and talk. But at the same time, he had a very genuine personality. I think one of the things I enjoy the most, and again, this is from the interview going back to Lyrical Lemonade, is Juice even said himself, I like seeing people happy. I know I'm not always the most joyous person, but I'm here to bring joy, and I'm here because I love, it's just my personality and it's who I am. And it's just hard because as you continue to listen to the album, the songs jump around, but they jump around within a sense of, man, I could feel like this is sincerely what he was thinking, what he was doing around the time before his untimely passing. Some of the best songs you should personally check out on the album from your boy Ayoru is gonna be Hate the Other Side featuring Killer Roy, Polo G, Blood on My Jeans, Tell Me You Love Me with that Trippie Redd feature. That's personally my favorite. My other favorite is going to be Wishing Well. Juice admits in the song that the drugs are the reason that he had able to achieve the success and fame that he had. But if he were to keep taking them, he wouldn't know if he was still gonna be here. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I may or may not have shed a tear because it's just a line that hits you with the sort of, yo, this man was seriously dealing with a mental issue and he wasn't afraid to talk about it. And there needs to be people like that in the environment and in the community that aren't afraid to have those conversations and to have the ability to help their friends. And again, I feel like that's what Juice was doing. He was giving people who were dealing with mental health issues an ability to express themselves and relate to something within the music. And music can be shared through different collective experiences for everybody. So even though me as an individual may not have something that this person over here has, and we may be two completely different people, at the end of the day, we can both relate to each other because of Juice's music. It brought people together. When you get to songs like Conversations, Fighting Demons, and Righteous, like just listening to somebody's struggles is never fun. But within this way, you really felt it because again, it's good music and it's coming from a good artist and he's talking about it within a way that you can relate to. So to end this album, Juice closes it out with Juice WRLD Speaks from Heaven. In the recording he had on Instagram Live, Juice has said, yo,
I'm on Instagram Live from heaven. I made it, yo. I'm up here, boy. Forever.
Juice wasn't a person to shy away from his problems, as we shouldn't. If we're to be open and have honest conversations with ourselves, and in this thing we call life, we have to be transparent in order to establish growth. Growth is never pretty. When you're uncomfortable is when you grow as a person. And Juice was uncomfortable, but he allowed that uncomfortability to transform his music, his mindset, his mentality, and to express it onto the people he loved and the people he surrounded himself with. This kid was full of life, was full of energy, full of love, and was open to talking about his problems to help other people. I feel like musicians have a very big platform in terms of their popularity, their reach, and their platform. And Juice used that to talk about honest things that were going on with him in effort to help others. The biggest takeaway for me was that be adamant about your problems and your struggles. It is okay to not be okay, but it is not okay to not do anything about not being okay. I'm gonna say that one more time for y'all in the back that didn't hear your boy. Move your ass up. It is okay to not be okay, but it is not okay to not do anything about not being okay. Check it, we're all gonna struggle. It's just life, man. But the best part about life is, A, you're your own individual, so there's no clear-cut formula for everybody. What worked for PhD Maddie behind the ones and twos isn't gonna work for your boy A.O. Rue in front of the camera. It's just life. We're our own people. But the cool thing about it is that through sharing collective experiences, keeping a group of people who could keep you accountable, who could keep you honest, who will love you, support you, and do what they can for you, and not comfort you, but help to push growth, to help transform you, to get the best version of you, not because they have some sort of agenda, but because they genuinely care about you, is key. Put yourself in a good place. Don't feed your demons. Don't listen to the naysayers. Don't put yourself in a negative environment. Put yourself in a strenuous environment that will influence and that will uphold and that will encourage growth. I pray God gives me a life in which I can encounter many of people who can teach me, help me to grow, and help to influence me within a positive direction. And that whatever losses I take, whatever mistakes I make, whatever breaks me can also make me and change me for the better. Not for myself, but for my future family whenever I may be blessed with one, and for the people that are in my life. Because I do not have a duty to be the best version of myself for myself, but also for the people that pour into me. I am here to be a light for those who know me, who don't know me, for those of you who may have never met me, and you're sitting here and you just found this old little YouTube video chilling and you recommend this, and you came to your boy just to, check me out. I'm here to put a smile on your face and show joy, man. It's easy to hate. It's easy to be negative. It's easy to do what everybody else is doing. Be your own person, man. We pay our respects. We're thankful for the impact of Juice WRLD's music, the opportunity we had to go to his concerts, listen to his albums when they came out. Pause. I actually ran a poll on Twitter about Juice WRLD's album, and I got a lot of responses, a good amount, but the majority said that Goodbye and Good Riddance, his initial debut album, was their favorite project. I'm not mad at it. Go stream the music, go buy the album, go get some merch, go show some love, go donate to the 999 fund if you can. I'm gonna attach all my links for all my references down below again. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to episode number 2 of the Sunday Soliloquy. Hope you guys have a good one. Stay blessed. With that being said, it's your boy,